Hello ARMY BTS lover. In an atmosphere so full of tension and silence, a shocking incident just happened exactly 12 minutes ago. The world of BTS fans, ARMY, is currently being shocked by a rare moment they never expected before. The two men, Jimin and Jungkook, are suddenly the center of attention after their brief but highly emotional interaction becomes widespread. The words that came out of Jungkook's mouth made Jimin, who was usually cheerful and full of warmth, suddenly speechless. Not only silent in seconds, but silent with facial expressions that are difficult to interpret, makes many people wonder, what exactly happened? This incident began in a small internal event that was not widely announced to the public. Several sources who were at the location revealed that initially the atmosphere felt very relaxed. Jimin and Jungkook sat close together, chuckling, exchanging jokes as usual. There was no sign that their conversation would turn into a heart-rending moment. But somehow, in one brief conversation that didn't sound clear, Jungkook's expression suddenly turned very serious. With a deep, emotional tone of voice, he delivered a few sentences to Jimin, who just listened to him without replying to a single word. Eyewitnesses described the change in atmosphere as if the whole room froze. Everyone can feel the energy change between the two. The usually expressive Jungkook seems to be struggling to contain his feelings. Meanwhile, Jimin, known for his soothing smile, seemed speechless. No smiles, no laughter, just shut up. Jimin's eyes radiated a mixture of shock, sadness, and perhaps a hint of guilt, yet he remained silent, as if words were not enough to answer what he had just heard. Many fans immediately tried to decipher the situation. They wonder, does this have anything to do with the pressure they experienced during the period of conscription? Or is it about their personal relationships that have been so close? Several theories have emerged, ranging from speculations about small misunderstandings up to possible emotional statements from Jungkook relating to their future as part of BTS. Several Korean media outlets managed to contact the staff on site, mentioning that Jungkook's words to Jimin sounded like a deep confession of his feelings that had been buried, not in a romantic sense, but rather feelings of gratitude, pain, and worry. It is known that Jungkook is very dependent on Jimin emotionally, especially in difficult times. Jimin has always been a silent presence when Jungkook needed support. Perhaps the words that came out of Jungkook's mouth were an expression of how much Jimin meant to him, and the fear that had recently begun to envelop her heart about a possible loss or change between them. But what made it all the more heartbreaking was Jimin's reaction. Instead of replying with hugs or soothing words as usual, Jimin was silent. A deafening silence, a silence that seemed to say more than 1,000 words. Jimin, who is usually so good at expressing his feelings, seemed unable to say anything. His expression was so complex, it was as if he himself was fighting with the feelings inside him. There was something in Jungkook's words that struck him right in the deepest place, and it takes more than courage to be able to answer them. Some fan-side analysts and observers of the relationship between BTS members argue that Jimin's silence could be a sign that he is not only touched, but also hurt. Perhaps, Jungkook's words contained something he had been avoiding facing. Probably, all this time Jimin tried to keep everything light, stay cheerful, stay safe. But today, Jungkook dismantled all those layers with brutal honesty. Some fans also reminded that the relationship between BTS members, although it looks perfect in front of the public, it must also have complex dynamics. They have been through more than a decade together, with various ups and downs that are not all known to the public. Behind their smiles on stage, behind the laughter in their videos, there is a deep emotional bond, which is sometimes difficult for outsiders to fully understand. What happened 12 minutes ago was probably a manifestation of that whole long journey, a sense of love, of burden, of exhaustion, hope, and fear accumulated in one small moment. Meanwhile, the ARMY's reaction around the world was mixed. Many feel worried, many feel haru, and not a few cried just by reading the description of the incident. Social media timelines were filled with phrases like, "Whatever happens, we're with you," "Jimin, Jungkook, we love you," and "I hope they can heal each other." No sense of blame, no excessive speculation, only the overflow of sincere affection from fans who feel very connected to these two figures, not only ARMY. Some celebrities who are known to be close to BTS also gave their reactions. One of their close friends uploaded a cryptic message on Instagram story that read, "Sometimes it takes a lot of courage to tell the truth. It takes a bigger heart to accept it." This message is strongly suspected to be related to what just happened between Jungkook and Jimin. In the near future, of course, everyone hopes for clarification from Big Hit Music, or at least the members themselves. But given the personal nature of this moment, most likely we will never know exactly what Jungkook said to Jimin, and maybe it's better that way. Because in a really meaningful relationship, not everything needs to be explained to the world. Some things belong only to them, for them to understand and live together. Tonight will be a long night for the fans. Many revealed on social media that they could not sleep, keep thinking about Jimin and Jungkook. There is concern, there is sympathy, there are prayers sent in the heart. They hope that whatever is going on, both will find a way to heal themselves, and their relationship will remain strong, or even become deeper. Some say that silence sometimes speaks louder than 1,000 words. And tonight, Jimin's silence is the loudest voice heard by the hearts of millions. A silence that calls us all to reflect on the importance of honesty, about the severity of unspoken feelings, and about how precious are those who dare to love us with all their hearts, whatever the risk, until now. The atmosphere is still silent from the official side. No statement from Big Hit Music. There are no recent posts from Jimin or Jungkook. Yet there is a ray of hope that remains burning in the hearts of all those who love them. Because if there's one thing BTS has taught the world, it's the power of love, trust, and brotherhood that transcends all adversity. Many soldiers are now choosing to send their positive energy through support hashtags such as hashtag #StayStrongJimin, hashtag #WeLoveYouJungkook, and hashtag BTS Forever. Each post is filled with words of encouragement, illustrations full of love, and old videos that remind everyone of how strong the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is. Some fans even dug back the sweet moments of the past. When Jimin is always the first to hug Jungkook after a concert, or when Jungkook refers to Jimin as someone who makes him feel safe in one of their interviews. All these memories serve as proof that no matter what happens today, the foundation of their relationship is built on a foundation of deep affection and understanding. Tonight, the world learns that not all breakups happen because of hate, and not all silence means the end. Sometimes, silence is the space where words fail, where the heart speaks directly to another heart. Tonight, Jimin and Jungkook spoke in that silence, and the world is listening, with tears in the eyes and prayers in the heart. In an atmosphere originally full of laughter and warmth, something unexpected happened. In just a matter of seconds, that cheerfulness turned into a silence that hung heavily in the air. It all started with a casual conversation between two people who mean so much to millions of people around the world, Park Jimin and Jungkook of BTS. The moment that lasted so briefly only about 12 minutes ago has left such a strong impact, especially in the hearts of the army who witnessed it, both directly and through recordings that have now been widely circulated. At first, nothing unusual. They sat side by side, occasionally throw little laughs at each other and share seemingly simple stories, but it always made the fans feel like they were there with them. Suddenly, in the middle of the conversation, Jungkook said something that made Jimin silent for a moment. Jimin's cheerful face, which was usually always filled with smiles, changed in an instant. He lowered his head, holding his breath, as if those words had shaken him to the bottom of his heart.
Man, all your music and arrangement, you don't know shit, shut your